Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including today. Does cord cutting really cost $120 a month? We'll break down that news after a recent news story. Got a lot of people talking about that. Also, most small cable TV companies shutting down. An industry source has suggested that to Cord Cutters News. We'll break down what that means, what does it mean for their TV service shutdown, and how that could impact cord cutting and you going forward. And lastly, Pluto TV's adding new channels. These stories and a whole lot more coming up in a quick second. If you want to learn more about these stories, check out the show notes down below, and in the first pinned comment, I'll put a link to each story so you can read about them for yourself and come up with your own opinions. I'd love to hear from you. If you're new here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here so YouTube recommends our videos to more people, helping us grow and hopefully helping you break free from the high cost of television. So with that said, let's dive into it. Recently, the Daily Mail released a story that said that the 9 most popular streaming services out there, in their opinion, or 9 of some of the most popular, I should say, would cost $121.41 if you subscribe to the most expensive plan. Now, that started a lot of talk online about, wow, cord cutting, $121, might as well get cable TV. Now, a few things with that. For one, the vast majority of cord cutters do not subscribe to 9 streaming services. These would include Netflix, Amazon Prime, Max, Peacock, Paramount Plus, Apple TV Plus, Disney Plus, Hulu, and BritBox. There's a lot of pluses in that. The truth is most don't. A recent survey of over 2,000 of our readers say the average cord cutter subscribes to 4 or fewer streaming services. Over 50% of cord cutters do that, with a lot subscribing to just 3 or fewer. Recently in 2020, with everything that happened, people subscribed to even more services, and they've been cutting back recently. We saw that with a recent story from the Wall Street Journal about how cord cutters are cutting back on streaming services, paying for fewer of them. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that more people are rotating it. In that same story, they talked about how about 50% of people who cancel within 2 years come back. It's a growing trend of, hey, I get Paramount Plus for a month, I binge watch it, I cancel it, switch to Max for a month. So easy to switch back and forth between services. That's becoming more and more popular. With that though, if you only subscribe to 4, you can get ad-supported versions of Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, Discovery Plus, and Netflix for just $25.96. Of course, you could get the ad-free versions, mix and match that, do whatever you want. That's the great thing of cord cutting. You can pay for as many as you want or as few as you want. If you're a heavy TV viewer, you want more, get more. If you don't, you can get less. It's really up to you and what you pay for. You're not being forced to buy a bundle of services to get the 1 or 2 you want. And that's what makes cord cutting special. All right, let's keep moving along because we got a lot to cover today. Recently, Cord Cutters News talked to an expert in the field who predicts that most small cable TV companies in 2024 will shut down their TV service or announce plans to. We already saw 5 of them last year do that. Either announce plans to shut down their service or actually shut down their service. One of them with no warning to the customers, their cable TV service. This is going to become more and more common. A lot of people have said, hey, why don't more companies just get bigger companies buy out the small ones? It's a financial issue. A lot of companies, it's just not profitable. For example, in Alaska, when one of them shut down, they said only about 20% of their customers still paid for television. It's hard to buy up a small cable company to just get that small fraction of TV subscribers. And often these are rural Americans where probably there's not a lot of room for growth, as increasingly they're moving to streaming only. We did see one company in Michigan get bought up, or a small regional one, almost like a single city cable TV company, bought up by Spectrum. A lot went into that. I think location right next to the Spectrum main hub. It wasn't too hard to add that, but I think that's a pretty rare thing that we shouldn't see. I've been told by industry experts that it's just not profitable. A lot of big companies looked at buying up smaller companies, and they have, and they probably will still pick up a few, but a lot of the very small cable TV companies are just not worth it, just not profitable out there. So keep that in mind with all this, that if these cable TV companies shut down TV service, streaming, satellites are still an option for it. But increasingly, internet and phone is where companies are focusing their efforts. Have you been impacted by this? Do you live in one of those areas already announced? Are you on a small cable TV company? Are you worried about it? Leave me a comment, let me know. All right, a lot to cover. Let's race through it because we got a lot to talk about. Pluto TV adds 2 new free channels, including a 24/7 supermarket sweeps. Who here loves the classic supermarket sweeps shows or the new ones? Have you seen the new ones? I have not. Is it good? Give me a recommendation. But also there's a 24/7 Criminal Minds channel now available. This comes after Pluto TV added a ton of channels last month. Check out the show notes down below if you want to learn more about this. Lots to cover out there with Pluto TV. All right, T-Mobile is now giving away free Hulu to select customers. Select customers can now get free Hulu, Netflix, Pandora, Premium, I think it is, Apple TV Plus, and more with their subscription. Now, customers who want the ad-supported version of Hulu free with their plan need to get the Go 5G Next plans from T-Mobile. It's not available to all plans. Go Next G5, Go 5G Next, plans. Now, this perk won't start until January 24th. At that time, you'll be able to go to their benefit website and sign up for it. Link in the show notes down below to our story with links and dates and all that. But January 24th, 2024, you're going to get free Hulu if you're a T-Mobile customer. Pretty good deal right there. Check that out. Link in the show notes if you want to learn more. Disney Plus subscribers, if you've been thinking about heading to Disney World, this summer, Disney will give you free meal plans for free food at Walt Disney World if you're a Disney Plus customer. And a few catches with this, you have to stay a minimum number of nights, and you must also not be on any discounted plans with that and have park tickets for those nights that you stayed. Now the question is, will the discount on a room or other bundle be better than the free meal plan? You're going to have to run the numbers on that. I've heard some people say, oh, I think my discount is better. I know, like, for example, you can get a military discount. It's really good. My wife has, and I have taken advantage of that multiple times with her now retired from the Army after 20 plus years. On the flip side here, other people may find that the free food may be a better deal. So run the numbers, but the dates are you have to go between July 1st and September 30th, 2024, and you'll get a free dining plan with this. That'll give you free snacks and meals. I think one table service, one quick service meal from Disney, plus one snack and a refillable drink cup they can use at the resorts. Not a bad deal. Run the numbers if you think of going and you're a Disney Plus customer. All right, T-Mobile and SpaceX have struck a deal to launch satellites into space to offer cell phone service. T-Mobile customers will soon be able to, if all goes well, be able to make phone calls and send texts from space. AT&T is also doing this. This week, SpaceX launched several new satellites that will be capable of doing this as part of their first steps to test this all out. So keep that in mind. Check it out. Link in the show notes if you want to learn more. Well, that's it. Let's dive into the question of the day. If you have a question for me you want me to answer, leave a comment down below or in the first pinned comment. I'll do my best to answer them down below there. Hopefully we can help answer some of your questions. So let's dive into it. Will sports be able to indefinitely keep streaming services? And I'll add, they didn't ask about cable TV, I'll add cable TV. Streaming services like YouTube TV, Hulu Plus Live TV, Fubo alive. Will NFL, NBA, college football, and other sports be enough to do that, as increasingly people who are not sports fans are moving away? I think this question can also apply to cable TV services, right? Of the recent top 100 most watched programs in 2023, the majority of them were sporting events, with the vast majority of them being NFL games, college football games, award shows, other live programming is what's doing it. I think you had to get into the 40s before you had the first scripted show that would top into the top ones there. So I think from like from 1 through 40, those were pretty much all live events and sporting events. Pretty massive. NFL definitely dominates. College football is the second most popular. Reportedly in viewership, more popular than NBA and MLB. We're also seeing MLB and NBA do really well also. We'll see how this plays out. But yeah, I think for the foreseeable future, streaming services can survive just on sports fans. Question is, what happens when more sports becomes available direct to end consumers? What happens when ESPN launches its streaming service that allows you to subscribe directly to ESPN without needing a cable TV bundle? It's probably not going to happen until next year. And honestly, I don't think that will even be the end of it, because for most people, you're still going to want Fox Sports. Fox has been kind of pushed off on that. They've kind of said, we're not quite ready to follow them in those steps and launch one. We'll keep a close eye on this. I predict that in the future, sports will increasingly move away from cable TV to places like Amazon and Peacock, making cable TV and streaming TV services less and less appealing. They're probably not going to go away for many years, but it does feel like there's a ticking clock there that if they're unable to find a way to kind of rewrite the playbook to find a way to turn this around, 10 years from now, we may see most live TV services gone, as sports are now available direct to consumer through things like maybe Apple TV, Amazon, YouTube, and other places. Well, that's it for today. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll be back again tomorrow with another video. Take care, everybody. Be safe. Thanks for your support.